appreciate the beauty of nature, and taste what's in season every month. What food will a foreign consul make for a traditional Chinese solitary? Falling around July 23rd every year, the greater heat marks the hottest moment of the year. Being the last solar term in the summer, it means the scorching heat has reached its peak with abundant rainfalls and the crops grow the fastest. When the greater heat arrives, it's high time to collect grain. In the extremely hot midsummer, farmers are busy reaping in daytime and planting at night, working round the clock to avoid delay of work, which represent a full harvest. Where there is strong vitality, there is luxuriant vegetation. In this season full of life force and positive energy, you'll see the most beautiful lotus flowers in bloom. It's sizzling during the greater heat, but lotus flowers stand upright in the pond, vigorous and determined. Vigorousness means the unity of knowing and doing, and determined to fight towards the goals. Looking at the tender lotus flowers in full bloom despite the heat, I am full of admiration for them. So, I prepared the seasonal food, lotus seeds and lotus tea, as a gift to my friends. Becomes dry and soft. Shape it into small balls and string them together with some apples and watermelons. The Consul General I am going to visit loves Chinese very much and has a special feelings towards Beijing, the dual Olympic city. He's Mr. Martinos Mandalitis, Consul General of Greece in Guangzhou. During his 15-year diplomatic career, Mr. Martinos Mandalitis has devoted most of his time to promoting exchanges between China and Greece. He officially took up the post of Consul General of Greece in Guangzhou in November 2021. He and his wife are sports enthusiasts. In their spare time, they ride bicycle to admire the architecture in Guangzhou. They're also fans of the arts. They like attending art exhibitions and strive for understanding further traditional and modern Chinese art and culture. Today, I'll invite them to view lotus flowers and feel the vitality of midsummer.
Hello, Martin.
Hello, Vivian.
Nice to see you.
How are you? This is my wife, Mar.
Wow.
Very nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you too. How elegant she is, just like the graceful lotus flowers here.
Thank you very much. I feel very like a man.
The lotus flowers are in full bloom, very beautiful. They survive in the most severe weathers in 1 year. Today is the greater heat we call 大暑. It's the hottest time of the year, so you could feel, wow, it's very scorching today. And it's also the best season to appreciate the beautiful lotus flowers. So that's why I've invited you here.
Yeah, we could smell the fragrance of the lotus flower when we enter the park.
Yes, the vitality and the life force of the lotus flowers in full bloom really embodies the life force and beauty of nature during the greater heat.
Yeah, I think so. So, as it's the hottest time of the year, and actually I have prepared some special dessert and tea for you. Would you like to try?
Sure.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so this way, please.
edible, like the seeds or the roots, but this is the first time I taste this.
Actually, all parts of the lotus are edible and they are very valuable. And lotus actually have been regarded as precious and nourishing food since ancient times. So now actually we could enjoy the lotus tea for relieving the summer heat, and at the same time we could also try some lotus seeds for nourishment. Would you like to have a try?
Yeah, it looks delicious.
Hope you like it, because we spent a few hours making
Oh,
this.
thank you so
It
much.
looks very delicate.
It really reminds me of souvlaki in Greece.
Yeah, it's true. Souvlaki, but we
what
put
is
meat.
What is that?
It's like, it looks similar, but it's made of meat. So that I would say is like a sweet variation of souvlaki.
How do you feel about it?
It's very good, very sweet. I like it.
Tasty. Very beautiful and fresh. It's very
it's very
refreshing.
fresh.
Yeah, I think both the lotus tea and lotus seeds are delicious and healthy for summer.
No, but in summer people tend to feel a bit tired. But I think, having this lotus food and also enjoying the view of the lotus flowers feels very soothing and refreshing.
You know what? Water lily and lotus flowers are different in Chinese.
Oh, what's the difference? In English, they are both translated as lotus.
Yeah, as we saw just now, actually, the water lily were floating on the surface of water, while the lotus flowers were actually standing out above the water. They seemed that they were competing with each other to be growing higher, faster, and stronger.
Wow, that's nice. So they look like they are competing with each other.
Yeah, just like the athletes.
That's a very interesting way to put it, actually. In ancient Greece, the Olympic Games was developed as a competition between non-professional athletes. And they would test their limits, they would reach excellence through competing with each other. What the winners received was not material benefit, but they received an olive wreath, which symbolized recognition and had great moral value. What was most important was participation, making your best effort. Physical sports and education was part of the education of youngsters in ancient Greece, and that's why many philosophers, like Socrates, spent a lot of time in gymnasia and wrestling halls. And I know that also Confucius was a master of sports.
Yes, I think Confucius was a master of archery, and he thought that a good archer needed not only good skills, but also morality, self-cultivation, and aggressive spirit. And as far as I know, in the Zhou dynasty in China, which was about 3,000 years ago, students were required to learn 6 arts, which included rhymes, music, archery, chariot racing, calligraphy, and mathematics, to promote all-round development and to achieve a sense of dignity and harmony.
In ancient Greece, wisdom was equally important as physical education and physical strength. That's why many philosophers, including Socrates, they used to spend time in the gymnasia, meeting their pupils and also giving lectures.
Are you serious? How could he do the workout and at the same time giving the lectures? How could he do that?
Well, I mean, as I said, it's a balance between the two, wisdom and physical education. And actually in Greek, the term philosophy comes from philos, which means love, and sophia, which means wisdom. So philosophy means the love for wisdom. So philosophers always strive for more knowledge and more wisdom.
Wow, I think that's beautiful. I think love, knowledge, and also health and sympathy are the most important things in life.
We're very grateful about the wisdom passed on to us by our ancestors. And actually wisdom you can also find when it comes to eating. As you said in solar terms, seasonal eating is also one of the philosophies of the Mediterranean diet, which is mostly based in the consumption of olive oil, seasonal legumes, vegetables, fish and fruit. So this is one of the philosophies as well in this kind of cuisine. I think after trying this very beautiful delicacy of the great heat, I would like to introduce you also some summer food We've made an appointment with a special Greek place if you want to go there to taste it.
Sure. So, shall we go now?
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, this place is beautiful.
I want to introduce you Dimitris. He's the only Greek restaurant in Guangzhou, Hellas Delhi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Wow, I really want to try this dish. So, what's the name for it?
This is called Gemista. Gemista means like stuffed vegetables. It's a very typical Greek summer dish.
Can I
Can you help me?
help you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. It's like a jewelry box for ladies made by vegetables. What is
This
this?
is rice with many herbs inside.
Like onions?
All the fresh herbs of the garden.
Oh. So what's your first impression of this dish?
Oh, it was amazing because it looks simple, but actually it's quite difficult to make. And it's also a seasonal dish because tomatoes are at their best in summer. So with the taste of tomatoes and the stuffed inside, it's delicious.
Okay, so I think it's done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can take a rest when the food is ready.
Okay.
And I call you back in an hour, maybe.
Okay, you're so kind to us. So, shall we take a rest now?
Yes.
So, I was wondering, how do you two know each other?
Well, I'm from Athens, Greece, and Marsh is Spanish. And we met in Beijing, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, we met in Beijing. At that time I was working, I'm an architect, and I was working in an architectural company in Beijing. And Martin was working at the Embassy of Greece in Beijing. So that's how we met. And every time I mention that we met in Beijing, everyone is very surprised that I met my Greek husband in China.
Yeah, maybe you are doomed to be together in Beijing.
Yes, probably.
And actually, for me, Greece is a special country for me because I spent my honeymoon there.
Oh.
The scenery there was so impressive. I think the most impressive thing happened in Greece that people were very kind to Chinese tourists. I remember I first learned the word Mama Mia breakfast. Have you ever heard of this word? Mama Mia breakfast.
Mamma mia breakfast.
Yeah, I first learned Mama Mia breakfast in Greece. The owner of our homestay in Mykonos Island, he prepared Mama Mia breakfast every morning. And even though the set of breakfast actually was very simple, but you could feel his mother made this set of breakfast with her heart and soul because everything is so fresh, like the jam his mother made herself, and yeah, the apricot jam. And I could find many baked fruit apricot in the jam. And the bread is freshly made, and also the juice is very fresh, the fruit is very fresh. So I think the people in Greece wanted to show their hospitality to the Chinese tourists.
Greece is also an ideal place for honeymooners.
Yeah. So speaking of the honeymoon, I know you met each other in Beijing. So do you go to Beijing nowadays?
Well, we have been a couple of times to Beijing after we moved out. But I also know that Beijing holds a very special place for the Chinese people. And this year, the Winter Olympics and Paralympics were held in Beijing, and that made Beijing the first and only dual Olympic city. And Greece, as a custodian of the Olympic spirit, was very honored and very proud to be able to do again the Olympic flame ceremony in ancient Olympia and deliver the Olympic torch to the Beijing organizing committee for a second time in the last 14 years.
Wow. I'm proud to hear that, and I watch the Beijing Olympic Games almost every day. I think China actually have showed our determination and perseverance to hold Beijing Winter Olympics and Paralympics.
Persistence, perseverance, overcoming adversity, these are feelings that are no stranger to us. And I think that the marathon as a game, as a sport, really embodies this aspects, these three elements. And this has to do perhaps with the origins also of the marathon. The marathon is related to the famous race of a legendary Athenian soldier who raced without stop from the ancient town of Marathon to Athens. And he ran to Athens to announce then to the Athenian assembly of citizens the victory of the Greek army over the Persians. And famously, after announcing the good news to the Athenian assembly, then he collapsed and passed away on the spot. So this is an incident that is also commemorated every year in the classical marathons that takes place between the modern town of Marathon and Athens downtown. An event that attracts a lot of international participants as well.
I think it was an inspiring story. Oh, I think the dish is ready.
Oh,
Hello again.
It's great.
I really like this.
Thank you. Let me see whether I could get the same authentic taste like it was in Greece.
I'm sure it will feel the same for you.
Really?
For me, the smell brings back a lot of memories. It reminds me a bit of my childhood.
I could smell the memory too. 10 years ago. The
Yes.
food memory 10 years ago in Greece.
I remember in summer, after going to swim in the sea, going back home, and as I entered the home, this is the smell that greeted me. And as I said, it's a dish cooked by my mother, also cooked by my grandmother, and to share for all the family.
Oh,
Shall we try?
yeah, let me try it. Wow, the same taste as it was in Greece. The same, totally the same. So he's very professional.
And it's a very good dish to have during the greater heat.
Yeah, because it's sour and the taste is very light. Very little salt. I think no salt, right?
No salt, very
No
little
salt. No
Very
salt.
little salt.
Or just a very little salt. Yeah, it's quite
little
healthy
salt.
in summer. Yeah, and reminds me 顺时而食 because everything here is so fresh.
It's a seasonal food.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seasonal food.
Seasonal vegetables. So you have summer vegetables like tomato and peppers to enjoy this food.
It's so appetizing. I think it's really good to have it after working out.
And tell us, Vivian, what is your favorite sport? What sports do you normally do?
Well, I like running. Actually, I have participated marathon in Guangzhou, and I think the running process actually was tiring. But after you finish the full distance, and I think you found the scenery at the end would be extremely beautiful. I think this process could help you to break the boundaries yourself, and you began to understand the meaning of persistence. So, by the way, have you participated in the marathon before?
Well, not yet. We haven't participated in the marathon, but speaking of persistence, we have been studying Chinese for quite some time now, and crossing the finishing line really feels like running a marathon.
Okay, so maybe let me see whether you really crossing the finish line in Chinese. So, could we start a mini marathon in Chinese with you?
Okay.
Let's give it a try. Why not?
Okay, so I will have 3 questions in Chinese. Could you help me to translate these sentences into Chinese?
Okay, we'll give it a try.
Okay, get ready to eat. The first sentence is, the Gemista is very delicious.
Gemista 很好吃.
And? You know it. Oh yeah, of course you know it. Okay. Okay, I will give you, I think this is a little bit simple, and I will upgrade the difficulty a little bit. The weather is very hot.
今天天气很热。
Wow, bravo. Okay, you got the point. Third question, because today is greater heat. So what's the Chinese version of greater heat?
大暑。
That's true.
Excellent. Oh, you are, both of you are very good in Chinese. Yeah, I think it's close to 100 points.
We try our best, but still a lot to learn. Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
speaking of persistence, I want to say that recently I went to the Guangdong University of Foreign Studies, to the Greek department to celebrate the World Language of the World Day of Greek Language. And there I saw also and sympathized with the new students, Chinese students that were trying to learn Greek, and I think this is a very durable bridge and promising bridge between our two countries.
I heard that this year is China-Greece Culture and Tourism Year. Could you explain more about it?
Precisely. Last year we inaugurated the China-Greece Year of Culture and Tourism, which was expanded also into 2022 due to the pandemic. And at the inauguration ceremony, we unveiled also a statue in the ancient Agora below the Parthenon of the Acropolis, showing Socrates and Confucius, two great thinkers that lived almost at the same time at the two edges of the known world.
And I wonder, because this year marks the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between China and Greece. So what are the prospects for the cooperations in the future?
Greece and China, they're both at the opposite ends of the maritime Silk Road, but they're also integral parts of it. China is the biggest exporter and importer, while Greek-owned maritime commercial fleet is the largest in the world. So, and it's very important here to note that a big number of the Greek-owned ships are being built here in China. So there is a very strong bond between our two countries when it comes to the maritime field. We also want to bring together the very dynamic innovation ecosystem in Greece that is now being developed, and bring it closer to the important innovation centers here in the Greater Bay Area. And of course, last but not least, tourism. We are very eager to welcome once again Chinese tourists in Greece as soon as the travel restrictions are lifted.
I have seen the most beautiful sunset in my life in Greece, in Santorini. The sea is very blue, but the sky is very pink. Very beautiful picture in my heart, and I think I will remember this picture for the rest of my life. And at that time, I was thinking I will be back one time.
Well, I will share a secret with you. You're not the only one who had his honeymoon in Santorini. Also, our honeymoon, we spent it there.
Wow!
So there is something in common between us.
The long history and rich culture of China and Greece are shining like stars in the summer night. From the beautiful lotus flowers in full bloom under the high temperature and humidity environment during the greater heat, to the Chinese and Greek philosophical wisdom of Confucius and Socrates, the connection between the first dual Olympic city and the Olympic Games in ancient Greece, and Mr. and Mrs. Consul General's persistence in learning Chinese. All these stories unfolded in this summer and caused us to think deeply. The two countries have gone through the arduous process of cultural rejuvenation. Upholding the attitude of perseverance and courage, we believe that the harder the times are, the more determined we should be to reach our goals. Only through vigorous and determined endeavor can we fulfill our responsibility to history and prove worthy of our times.